Hey everyone, it's Shawn McBride. Today we're going to be talking about negotiating to bring a partner in your business. This might be a situation you're faced with. It might be a time to bring somebody new in. You might be growing, expanding, or maybe you just need this for the foundation of your business to get things working the right way. So today we're going to be talking about 5 key tips to bring partners into your business here on the McBride Attorneys Law Show. So, uh, I'm Shawn McBride. I'm an attorney. I spend a lot of my time on partnership agreements, business organizations. I really work with people on business ownership stuff. Quick aside, of course, I'm not your attorney by virtue of doing this video. You'll really need to get your own legal advice because I can't give you legal advice, and this is not an attorney-client relationship. So we will be educating you, giving you ideas, and you can go talk to your attorney about how to implement some of this. And a lot of the questions and issues we bring up will be perfectly relevant for you. So we'll get you pointed the right direction to be a better business owner and business leader and to really get those partnership agreements the right way. So a quick aside, throughout this video, I'll be talking about partners. Partners can really take a lot of different forms, right? A partner might be a co-owner. A partner might be a shareholder in a corporation, so you might have yourself as a shareholder and a quote partner as another shareholder. You're not technically a partner under the law if you read the case law, but for economic purposes, you are partners. This might be multiple member LLCs, so you bring another member into your LLC. You might have a limited partnership, in which case the person may technically be a partner under law. Or you may move into a general partnership, which is rarely recommended. We have some other videos here on the McBride Attorneys Law Show. You should go check those out about partners and figure out. You'll see that generally general partnerships are not the way to go. So regardless of what your legal form is, whether you're a corporation, LLC, a limited partnership, a general partnership, a trust. There's lots of different ways you can be economically partners. We're talking about bringing economic partners into your business. That is multiple owners working together. So we're going to run through 5 key tips here that you're going to want to look at when bringing these partners in. The number one key in bringing a partner or co-owner into your business is the vetting process. You really need to understand this person. You are going to be laying economic ties with them, and your partnership agreement, or whatever that form that takes, LLC agreement, shareholder documents, is going to bind you together. And it's going to have to be carefully drafted to make sure you avoid issues. But this person is going to get state law rights to potentially ask for your books and records. They could potentially sue you for breaches of fiduciary duty. Even if we don't get to that level, if you get the relationship going long enough, they might want to bring some kind of fraud claim or some kind of other legal action claiming that you didn't do things properly as partnerships. And there's a lot of partnership disputes out there. They keep the dockets very busy at your local courthouse. So you want to vet this person. Who are they? Are they going to be a good partner? Are they an upstanding business person? Do they bring reputational risk? How are they going to be to work with? So you really want to spend a lot of time vetting that partner, understanding who they are, what they do, and figuring out whether you really do want to work together in the long term. So spend a good bit of time on this. A lot of people skip past this step and then they regret it. They find out that their partner had past business problems. Their partner has financial issues. You really want to understand the person. This is a lot like a marriage. It's a business marriage, and your partnership agreement may be viewed as a business prenuptial between the two of you. So you really want to make sure you get it right. So vet that person out. Number 2 on the tips to get a good partnership agreement is you need to have real discussions on real issues. What are your wants and expectations? So what I do with my clients is I often have them divide a sheet of paper into columns. So you just run a line down the center of the paper, run a line across the top. So you're creating a T. And on one side, you're going to have each partner write down what they want from the business. What do they expect? Income levels, job titles, assignments, prestige things, travel, etc. What do they want from the business? What do they expect the business to provide to them? And the other column, you do what is that partner giving to the business? So everybody's putting down on writing what the economic trade is, right? I'm getting this and I'm giving that. Write all that down, have every partner do that, and then have the partners exchange the papers, right? That's where we get a lot of value. It's usually an eye opener when everybody looks at everybody else's wants and expectations. Often the needs for income don't add up to more than 100% of the income of the partnership. So we then need to figure out what to do to make things work together. But it's a real eye opener to have every partner look at what the other partner wants and expects and figure out why that is what it is, and have real discussions about what's realistic and what can actually be, given, or what can actually be provided by the partnership. Number 3, key to a great partnership is talking on the tough points. Everybody needs to come together and have conversations about what the partnership is, how it's really going to run, what the reality of the work is, what the risk points are, the fact that there may be major decisions and issues in the future, and how is that going to be dealt with. Which brings me to number 4, which is talking about the 4Ds. And there are 4 key things that every partnership needs to go through. Sometimes maybe 5, depending on your situation. So let's run through these 4 key things that every partnership needs to talk about. Number 1, death. What if a partner dies? Not the type of thing most partners want to be talking about in a new partnership, but a very real issue, because we do have people die even at young ages, and it can create a complete mess with a partnership. So we need to understand what everybody expects if the other partner dies. Key note here, you might want to bring insurance in, key man insurance, to protect and use a financial product so that you have a lot less financial stress in the event of death. Number 2 in this subset here, we're working through the 4th point of things you need to talk about in partnerships, but we're doing 4 sub-points on it. Number 2 on that is disability. What if a partner's unable to come to work? How does that work in the partnership agreement? What issues does that bring up? And how do we divide the money then? Usually that disabled partner, they're going to have medical bills, they're going to have income needs. They still want money from the work they've done in a partnership in the past. But usually you're going to have to bring somebody else in to do the work and the labor that partner was doing. So it's a very tough spot for the partnership. We need to have very real discussions about disability. And again, another place where we may need to be able to plug in the right insurance product to help us keep the partnership moving forward. Number 3 on this sub list of the 4Ds when you talk about is divorce. What if one of the partners gets divorced? They're no longer with their spouse. In many states, that spouse has an interest in the company, right? They might get rights to that stock certificate or that stock shares. They might get rights to the LLC ownership interest. They might become an economic holder of part of the general partnership. Courts, in fact, may divide those ownerships among the divorcing spouses. So we need to have real conversations about what happens in the event of divorce. Do you want to be in business with the ex-spouse of your partner? Probably not. And so that needs to be built into the agreement. Largely with a spousal consent is very common in these cases to get the spouses to agree to not take over those economic rights. And number 4 on there is disagreement. And that is what happens if the partners disagree. You need to have a provision to keep the business moving forward, even if the partners disagree, if they see different paths for the business. So very critical we talk about those things. Number 5, potentially on this 4-part list, is distributions. I tend to think of that as part of being disagreement. We need to agree about how the money's going to work and how the business is going to work. But at some point, you need to have a conversation about just how is the money divided and what does everybody get paid for doing what, and how do we work that through. If you want to go deeper on the 4Ds, go to the McBride Attorneys Law Show YouTube channel, and we've done videos on the 4Ds. And then, of course, number 5 is, and this is where I spend a lot of my professional time, is reduce it to writing. That partnership agreement needs to be written down. The partners need to understand economically what they're agreeing to and how it works. So 5 key things for you. Go out there, get that done. Feel free to review this video. Of course, make sure you subscribe to McBride Attorneys Law Show and ring the bell for notifications, because we'll be bringing you more tips and tricks to be a better business partner and a better business owner and leader. Our Shawn McBride, looking forward to your comments. Tell me what you're seeing out there. Don't drop any confidential information, but I want to hear what issues you're having. McBride Attorneys Law Show on YouTube. Looking forward to your comments.